You guys can't share the bed together? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, come on, ladies. It's fine. It's survival of the fittest. You guys have to kind of adapt. Hey everybody, welcome back. Falcon, this war of mine. We're doing things a little bit different with this run. I'm going to go focus a little bit on a pacifist type of run, a little bit more stealthy. Last time around, we kind of went a little bit violent, quote-unquote evil, just because we did lose Boris, so I felt like, you know, we had nothing to lose at that point. This time around, I'm going to play a little bit more differently. I've been reading some of the comments. I've gotten some pretty good suggestions in the comments, too, so I'm going to try to utilize some of those for our run. All that aside, let's actually get into this here. So, first things first, we're going to start scavenging around the house. Same old routine, same old song and dance. Katya, let me have you come over and check this out here while you're at it. Let's see, where is my boy Boris at? So we found a lockpick, some herbs, and a few components, and some wood, which is always good for everything else. Let's grab everything, we'll exit out of here. Boris, strong but slow. Same old Boris, man. Same old Boris, different channel. We have... Well, we finished off with the other scavenger. We found some more herbs, we got some water, more components and more wood. We'll grab everything over here. Exit out. I haven't played this in a few days, so I gotta get comfortable with the controls again. Oh, alright, so mouse is to move the camera. Gotcha. I was like, we were using WASD, and I'm like, why can't it move? Well, it's pretty simple. It's because you don't use WASD to move the camera, at least in this version. Speaking of which, this War of Mine comes on to 14, so it's almost actually around the corner in reality, and I'm pretty excited for that. You check this out over here. Boris, what'd you get? Some water, some electronical parts, and some fuel. We'll grab everything and exit out. Good. You're gonna come over here and open this up meanwhile. Let's see, Boris, you're gonna open this up over here. I guess we're gonna have her start scavenging through this over here. A shovel would make this a lot easier, but we don't have a shovel just yet, so we have to kind of pick our battles here. Where is Boris at? Boris, you're done over here. Come and check this out over here if you may, my friend. Hopefully around this time we won't get you killed. At least this time around I know what to expect in case I go into that situation again where Boris got jacked up last time around. Another lockpick, good. Alrighty, so you come over here, Boris, and check this out. I'm not sure where this individual is going. Oh, you want to check that out? Alright, that's fine. We'll just wait till she's done with this door, and then we'll have Boris check this out. And I guess we'll probably have her work on this debris pile here, meanwhile. Until we get the shovels up and running anyway. We still have one workshop already, and the stove to heat up the place because it's cold right now, we might get sick, and we don't want that happening. So let's grab everything over here. That's fine. Alrighty, Boris. Let's see here. What do we want you to do, my man? I'm gonna probably have you come over here, and meanwhile, just kind of burn some... You're so slow. I forget about how so slow he is. Now, I gotta really consider this. Do we want to send Boris out to do some of our scavenging, considering how slow he is? I really do. Just because he has the advantage of being able to carry a lot more, however, the speed factor will kind of bite us in the ass in the long run, but I'll try to work it out and see how that works out for us. I have one lock... Well, we have two lockpicks, right? Do we want to use a lockpick on everything right now, or should I just wait for the crowbar? That's a very good question. I guess I'll just probably wait. So meanwhile, Boris, how about you just start working on this pile over here, too? Alrighty. This is going to be done over here. Perfect. Come and pop this one open over here. We have our little medicine cabinet. Nothing in there just yet. Makes sense. And more fire. Electronical parts. Alrighty. Grab everything over here. Exit out. Now, is there anything I want you to do meanwhile? I don't want to necessarily pop this open just yet. I guess let's have you come over here really quickly and see how much it would cost to kind of upgrade this to the next level. Just so I have an idea as to what I should be trying to get in our scavenges. One of the first things that I should try to build, is what I read in the comments, was the axe. So we could kind of break down cabinets and other furniture we're not using anymore. Let's see, Improved Workshop will give us, let's see, enables the manufacture of more sophisticated items and appliances, allowing us more ways of getting food or meds and training goods. Sorry for that little pause there. I just had breakfast. The breakfast of champions. I had a microwavable burrito and some coffee. So, it's coming back up a little bit, and that felt kind of awkward. We can upgrade it even further to make electric improvements. Alrighty. Not yet. We're not going to make that just yet. We're going to hold off on it. So instead, let me just go in here and see if we can build something. We might want to get the bed up and running. As much as it's important to have wood and components for our axe, I feel like we should probably get this up and running. However, at the same time, we could be looking at making the workshop, which we're going to need anyway. So the metal workshop is something that's really important, so actually we'll make that first, and we'll go by that. So you make that. You're over here scavenging through that. You should be done over here. We'll probably use one of my lockpicks for this. I think it's kind of worth it. We have 2 of them anyway, so I don't see any big loss in that. Right now we're at plus 8 degrees already. Hopefully that's enough to kind of keep us warm and not getting sick early on, because that would be the other hindrance right now. We found another lockpick, so that's good. Some more consumables to light the fire, and we also have some bandages, which is fine. Alrighty, so now that we have 2 lockpicks again, I could even pop this one open over here. Scavenge to that and open this up. Is that a good idea? I think so. I think so. So you know what? Since you're here, you come over here, work on this lockpick. Since you're done, come over here and see about maybe building a crowbar. Perhaps. I think that would probably work out pretty good. You're done. Come and work on this. Alrighty, so let's see here. What do we have? We're gonna have the crowbar, which is gonna require 10 components, components, which isn't too bad. And then we have lockpick. I don't really need to make that. This could be kind of useful. Not gonna lie, this could be useful right now. But let me hold off for a second. Instead, what I'm gonna do, Boris, you start working on this pile over here. Katya, come over here really quickly and see how much it would cost to upgrade this. We need 10 more components so we could get the axe. And I think, you know what, I'm gonna wait until we get the components to make the axe and, well, number 1, increase this and then try to get the axe. However, the axe will require 5 weapon parts of right, which we have none of right now, so keeping that in consideration, I might just want to make the bed so we have people being rested accordingly. And then we could kind of shuffle people through around that way, right? So you know what? Let's actually do that. Let's make a bed down over here, place that over here, and come and do your thing. We have till 8 o'clock before we are done with the day portion of the game over here. I'm really excited to see what the ultimate product's going to look like. The great thing about it is that the product's going to be an actual release game. It's not going to be an early access type of thing, which is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not ragging on, you know, early access because I personally play a lot of early access games myself. And I understand the concept behind it, you know, helping the developer that this isn't necessarily being backed up by a big major company in terms of funds to kind of complete the game. It's understandable. I understand that there's been some issues where in the past where some early access titles haven't necessarily met their goal in terms of what they initially offered. So that's why it's kind of refreshing to see that this game's going to be complete once it releases, so that's always a plus. Alright, so we have the bed up and running now. That's pretty much all we're going to do at this point. I could make that crowbar, but I'm going to save my components for the upgrades instead. We should have enough time to get through this and open this up before the end of the night here. Or the end of the day, I should say. So for now, we're just going to kind of relax and wait up and see until they're done over here. We do have 1 bandage, so that's good. I could come over here and grab some snow to kind of melt down, but I'll pass on that. And we have 1 more lockpick, so we could pop this open if we wanted to. I might do... Oh, look, another lockpick, so you know what? Grab everything over here. Boris, assuming you have enough time, pop this bad boy open. I don't think you'll make it in time, though. No, we'll probably have to do this next day, but that's alright. The night. Alrighty, so we're going to be going with Boris this time around, and again, we're going to do a pacifist approach, so we're going to try to avoid combat whenever we can, and sneak around with slow-ass Boris. We'll see how that works out. So you'll scavenge, you will bargaining skills, and sneaks quietly. Let me have you sleep in the bed, just in case something goes wrong with Boris. I have you around, you're a good sneaker, and you will be... You know, for the first night, I've rarely ever encountered an issue where I've been kind of rated the first night, so you know what? You sleep as well. You guys can't share the bed together? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, come on, ladies. It's fine. It's survival of the fittest. You guys have to kind of adapt. Whatever. So you stay guard. You will sleep in bed, and Boris will come out and scavenge. We're going to probably go to the shield cottage. That's the initial one. Not really that much of an issue here, so... We'll send Boris over here. I would have probably loved to have taken a crowbar had I built it, but again, we're trying to save the components for the upgrade, so we'll just take 1 lockpick. If anything's locked, we'll just pop it open. Oh, I didn't even know we had jewelry with us already. That's really good. Alrighty, so we'll take the lockpick, and we're going to go out and scavenge with Boris here. The last run kind of went bad in the sense that I wasn't trying to go back to older spots to scavenge, because I wanted to show you a lot more of the areas in the game. This run, I kind of want to make it last long, so what I'm going to be doing is, if I feel the need that I didn't necessarily pick everything up over here that I wanted, I will come back and pick that up instead of just going to a new area with possible more danger. So I will be doing that this run around just because, you know, I would like to kind of get beyond the 6-day marker, because that seems to be my kryptonite recently. When I play this off camera, I usually make it to 12 days easily because I don't mind going back to the old places, scavenging for more items, surviving, you know, carefully and quietly. But when I record, I want to, you know, show off a lot of the content in the game. That's the reason why I'm always kind of rushing myself. So this time around, I'm going to try to avoid that. Let's leave this behind for now because we're going to be trying to go with a pacifist type of run. So I'll just leave this over here. We have a lot of wooden components. Remember, we need at least 10 components to build the upgrade. But then we're also going to need components to make the hatchet, along with wood and weapon parts if I'm right. So our big thing right now to find is going to be weapon parts. So that's going to be what we're keeping an eye on over here. I don't think there's any weapon parts in there, right? I was talking, so I didn't pay attention. Too much attention, I should say. So, big surprise, right? Falcon not paying attention. We'll take this so we could try to make our own food. Water would be nice. Is there anything I want to drop off for water, though? It's a possibility. I might come back for you. What I'm going to do is actually leave a lot of this here. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because if I do come back, I want to have everything kind of stocked in one area as opposed to just all spread out around the house, right? So let me just drop all this over here. We know it's here. Let's just take the bare essentials, which is this. This I definitely want to take with me. So I'm leaving everything over here in this fridge. There's some footsteps over there, but that's probably just a rat. Usually it's just a rat early on. I don't expect that to be an actual person. If there is, then I'll be damned. We'll grab this as well. Again, I'm not really too interested in that item to just grab, but what I want to do is at least bring all the items to one little, I guess, deposit area. So if we have to come back, we know it's there, grab it, and we just, you know, go on our way. So I'll do the same over here, just grab everything. Let's pop this door open. A few things to scavenge out here. Let's see what's out here for us. What do we have here? More of the same. Okay, let me grab the components. That's about it. That's all I can carry, huh? Alrighty. Let me do a quick little trip back to the fridge. And when you say a quick little trip back, it's a little bit harder with Boris because he is so goddamn slow. So nothing really is quick with Boris now, is it? Alrighty, so here I will drop off the rest of this stuff here. And before we leave, we'll just come back to these deposits and pick out the important stuff. So that's good. We'll even leave this over here. I'm more than likely not taking that cigarette with me. So come over here, my friend. There's a few more deposits to kind of pick up over here. We have to go upstairs and see what's over there too. Again, I love the fact that Boris can carry so much, but he's just so goddamn slow. Which might make it a bit difficult for me when I'm trying to, you know, stealthily run away from a, you know, really tough situation later, especially once we, so I'm trying to avoid not killing people this time around. I mean, I will kill people if I have to. I mean, keep that in mind. But what I'm going to try to do is try to avoid most of it for the most part. And what I'm thinking about doing this time around too is also building the guitar. Because when you kill people, the biggest drawback is the fact that your people start getting depressed. So I figured that with the guitar, maybe that might lighten the mood a little bit. So you'll come back from killing somebody and be like, oh shit, you killed somebody, that's so terrible, everybody's depressed. And it's kind of like, well, don't worry guys, I have a guitar, let's make a music out of it, let's make a song out of it. And then everybody will gather around the fire. 3 weapon parts is actually really good, we need 2 more. So yeah, we can just all gather around a fire and just, you know, tell our folktale songs about killing people. And next thing you know, maybe that might curb the depression. It might not, but that's my train of thought at the very least, as morbid as it kind of sounds. So we don't have enough weapon parts to make the axe, so we're going to have to definitely go somewhere else to scavenge for the remaining parts that we need. That or hopefully the trader has a few in his stock when he comes to do a little bit of bargaining with us. Alrighty, so that's done with here. I did leave a few things up here. I will probably come back up here one more time and just move everything down here. Alrighty, so we'll leave this, and, well, take that. Leave the fertilizer. Alrighty. I think that's enough for whatever I left up here. So one more trip up here, we'll grab the things, we'll bring the rest of it downstairs, and we'll take the important stuff and just come back the next night and get the stuff that we left behind over here. So that's kind of the plan right now, and I'm gonna stick to it. This is normally what I do when I play off camera myself. I just kind of take things a little bit slower. It's no reason to sneak, Boris. There's nobody here. Alrighty, no reason to sneak. Just run over here, my friend. This is kind of like usually how I play off camera, so it's a little bit more slower pace, so I hope that's exciting enough for you guys, but again, I want to kind of get far this time around. Alrighty, so I'm not going to take this, nor this. Neither am I going to take this, and this I'll take just for trading purposes. We need at least, how many components I said? 10 to get the upgrade, and then a few more for the actual hatchet, so Let's first and foremost differentiate what we're taking. We're taking food, bandages with us, that's always important. A lockpick, we'll take it for now. I was unfortunate we didn't use this up for another extra slot right now, but it is what it is. We have these guys. These are the parts are actually pretty important too. This is really important, and this is good for selling or trading. So now let's look at this here. We're gonna need at least 10 components, we said, right? So 4, 8, 12, and we'll do 16, and we'll do probably 20. And then what's left over, I kind of want to take some wood. So wood is indeed what we'll take. Am I happy with only 6 wood? Not really. Not too happy about it, but I think this should probably work. So that's what we're doing. Now we leave. And again, we left all the important stuff, or at least just about everything in this area, in those 2 little deposits right there. So when we come back, we know exactly where to look, and we don't have to kind of scavenge around the whole house anymore. Boris is back. More than likely, nothing really went wrong the first night, at least back in base, so we do have that going for us. We'll skip this through. Alrighty, so it seems that Katya's starting to feel a bit unwell. That's unfortunate. Katya, I did stoke the fire last time. So Erica, come over here and just really quickly put some more fire in the stove over here. Up to 4. Good. Since you're down here, you might as well open this up. You're hungry. We'll take care of that hopefully soon. Katya, you're slightly sick, tired. Let me have you come over here and grab this medicine just to kind of hopefully get you well. Boris, you're hungry and tired. We'll have you take a rest first here. So more meds, another lockpick. Alrighty, good. Good stuff. Grab everything over here. Boris, my friend, come over here and take the first nap. And then we'll have the chick that's kind of a little bit sick have hers. And then we gotta focus on the hunger issues now. And let's see here. Let's have you just come over here and try to get this upgrade now. That's what I'm gonna go with. We still have to go through this and that. We have enough lockpicks to kind of pick through everything over there, though. So we might just want to consider doing that. You had your medicine? Good. So you're hungry and tired. We'll try to get something going on for food real soon. Let's get this upgrade now. Perfect. You, on the other hand, will come over here and pop this open. And let's see here. She's already resting. Wait, is she resting or is that Boris resting? I should be Boris resting, right? Yeah, Erica's over here building stuff. Good. Alrighty, so now you've done that, come over here and you might as well start working on this stockpile of shit over here. She's done with the upgrade. Perfect. Let's see here. So, hatchet is what we're looking for. We need 2 more weapon parts and 2 more wood to make this happen. So that's actually not too far-fetched. We also want to make this, and this is going to actually let us get through the grading areas that we've seen in the past that I haven't been able to walk through. And this is also going to make it easier for us to sneak through areas as well. So, this is also going to require 2 parts. So, ultimately, we need what? We need 5 and 2. So we're looking at least 7 weapon parts to make all these things happen over here. We're going to try to avoid making weapons right off the bat because we're going to try to avoid combat initially, so it's not really too important. This needs more components which we don't have, so for the most part we're fucked in this regard. Let me come over here now. Let's see here. Is there anything I really want to make right now? Not quite. I want to upgrade this to make the guitar though, just in case we do have to kill people, we can kind of stave off the depression that, you know, comes in hand with that. But yeah, I don't see nothing of value here. So you continue working on this. This is kind of taking forever. And let's see here. Is there anything else we can do with Erica meanwhile? Nothing other than just eating, right? So, you know what? Let's see. For the stove would be really good too. 2 more wood, and then roughly 6 more components. Alrighty, that's actually really capable of being built. It's not that much of an issue. We might go back to the same place next night. Pick up the rest of the parts that we do need, although the hatchet would be pretty good too. We know there's no more weapon parts left in that area, so I don't know, we might have to go check out another area because I really want the hatchet first and foremost, and then we could focus on the stove and things of that nature. The stove would be really amazing because we could cook our own meals. Now, in terms of our meals here, we need water too. We only have 8 water, so you know what, meanwhile, before I feed you, come over here and acquire some snow just so we could kind of melt that into good stuff later. Or melt it into good stuff later. Well, what else are you gonna melt snow into, Falcon? Oh, I don't know, maybe water, perhaps. Just possibility. Let's acquire, it's still early in the day. Let's have you do this for 2 hours. Acquire 8 of these snows, that's fine. You're almost gonna be done over here, Boris. You're still asleep. Alrighty. That's right, Boris. You get your rest, you deserve it. You're gonna be our mule anyway. We're getting down through this and this. Again, I'm also going to be able to, I'm still going to be cutting through certain parts of the episode in terms of just, when everything's over here done and we're just waiting for people to wake up and rest. Remember, you can't skip that, so I will just be kind of skipping or cutting off that so we don't have to sit here and just wait for them to get rested and whatnot. So she's going to be done over here. Boris is done, so I'm going to have to go ahead and feed Boris right now. First, you come over here and pop this bad boy open. Boris, my friend, come over here and grab yourself canned food. And let's see what's in this last cabinet up here. And you're done. Perfect. Another lockpick and more fire for the fuel, or for the stove. Alrighty. And you're done over here. You're just hungry, so I think everybody's just hungry at this point, right? Well, except her. She needs to get some rest, right? Yes. Slightly tired, meds, hungry. Okay. Let me have you go get some rest now. Boris is gonna get some food. You are also gonna need some food. I'm gonna be a little bit risky here and not feed them unless they're really, really hungry. At least until we get a good supply of food going on here. So, you know what? As long as they're rested, as long as Boris is, 100% and the ladies are doing alright, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna feed them until they're very, very hungry, just so we can kind of preserve our food for a little bit here. Alrighty, so I think that's it. At this point, we just have to wait for her to rest, and then we'll end the day and go into the nighttime portion. So I'm gonna cut off here. This will be the end of this episode. Nothing else is gonna happen at this point. We will pick up in day or night 2 next episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I encourage you to leave a thumbs up, leave a like. The support does mean a lot. And again, this will wear mine, November 14, just around the corner. I will catch you next time.